AM 96.3 FM, The Source.
I like that bumper. It's a good bumper.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Coming up on 9:40, 20 minutes before the top of the 10 o'clock hours. We're rolling through this Monday, getting you guys ready for another full week of May. We're only a week away from Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Believe that? That's crazy. And that's the unofficial start of summer, right? That's when all of the advertisements, which I've already started to see them for it used to be beer commercials and then maybe some alcohol here and there, but now all these commercials are all about hard seltzer.
Yeah.
Which is like an oxymoron to me. It's like jumbo shrimp or minor catastrophe. Hard seltzer.
It's a new thing.
Seltzer.
People are really into it, I guess.
Salsa and the seltzer. It's there's so many of these now. Are you a fan of the hard seltzers, like the White Claws or anything like that?
No, I don't drink myself personally.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, there's somebody at the window.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what she was asking for there.
She's very sweet. She had one of your cards. So.
Gotcha. So with Memorial Day, like I was saying, it's just more and more of these hard seltzer commercials and stuff. I think Smirnoff has one now that they've been advertising. Bud Light's put them out. There's been the White Claws. A lot of the pilots like those. There ain't no yaw with White Claw. Crap like that. But it's I don't know. To me, it just seems like a rebranded Zima.
Well,
from way back in the day.
I think it's for the calorie conscious.
Is that what it's at? Yeah.
I think it might be an alternative.
For the alcoholic, calorie conscious type person.
A lot of people like to indulge without being, problematic. So, whatever makes them happy is kind of my policy on that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And those options are out there nowadays, which is incredible. And, they're infused with like natural fruit essence and stuff like that. I've never actually had one, but I heard they're decently good. I
don't find seltzer to be delicious.
No.
With or without.
With or without. Now, see, I like drinking water.
Yep.
I don't really like drinking soda, but I do drink a lot of soda. It just happens that way.
It's good.
Because I like the fizz and obviously the sugar. Well, after a while of that, I'm like, you know what? Water gets boring, but then with a little fizz to it, it's not bad.
It's something else.
And then when you realize you're drinking just carbonated water, it's disgusting. And so I'm a big fan of like, what do you call them? LaCroix, like the seltzers there. One of my favorite flavors is berry. Mm-hmm. And it's just got a hint of the little berry essence in the back end of it.
Very generic. You don't know what kind of berry.
Yeah, berry. Some kind of berries. General berries. But the thing is, it's almost as if like most people I talk to don't like it. But I do. And then I'm thinking like, so LaCroix, which is seltzer or carbonated beverage, water or whatever, it's... Now you tell me that a hard seltzer is pretty much that with alcohol in it, and I'm like, at that point, just I guess say just mix vodka in there. What's the deal? But that's the difference now. That's somebody not only thought of the idea, and that's why I said I think it's just a rebranded Zima with some fruit essence, but they rebranded it and then marketed the hell out of it, and then here we are.
It's been highly effective.
Yeah,
people are really into it.
And then, like you said, because then you had Anheuser-Busch making it, Bud Light hard seltzer. Now you've got Corona that's doing it, and their theme was like, well, hey, if you're at the beach and you want to stay sexy at the beach, you better drop the calories.
Well, I can relate to that necessity. So,
Are you a beach fan? Do you like to go to the beach?
I love the beach. I'm a Florida girl through and through. I'm fifth generation Ocalian.
Yeah.
So I love the water. I love fresh water more than I like the beach. Personally, I love the springs, the rivers, the lakes. But I won't turn down any kind of water activity. It's really my favorite way to be outdoors. So.
Yeah. Have you gone to the beach yet now that they've been open?
I have not, mostly because of the travel. I have been pretty busy, so I haven't really been able to carve out that kind of time.
We were just talking with Galen. He went there this weekend to Ormond Beach with the anniversary with him and his wife, and he had a good time there. And he was talking about just how it's those simple things that we're kind of dwelling on there. And just, he had a good meal and a good couple days at the beach. And at the end of the day, it's that feeling. I was talking with my dad this weekend, and it was he lives over in Pensacola, so Pensacola Beach, which is popular and everything, but it's opened, and it's that feeling of it's 90 degrees outside in direct sunlight with your feet in the sand, which is over there. It's crushed quartz, which is it's got some healing benefits, but the idea is being out there with the wind or the sea breeze blowing. Virus what? Down at the beach, outside, so on and so forth. But it's one of those things that it's okay, we got it, it's just some guidelines, fine, whatever. But it's great to see them open, and like you said, there's some other stuff there too. Like you mentioned, the springs, some fresh water with the lakes and everything. That's a big part of what the push is going to be for the rest of the year with Advertising Florida. Is when we talked with County Commission, it's the ecotourism. Yeah,
we're a fantastic outdoor experience. One of our longest running tourist attractions was always Silver Springs. We have a lot to offer in the way of ecotourism. This is a fantastic, beautiful place to live. We're very, very lucky. We have amazing freshwater natural resources. And they're amazing for fun and for practical things. I mean, we're really lucky.
Yeah. We do have a caller. Good morning, WOCA. You're on the air.
Hello.
Good morning, WOCA.
Yeah. Let me see. Some time passed. I was going to say something, and you switched topics on me.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Election day tomorrow for the city council in Ocala.
That's right.
That was what I was going to remind people of. And so those of you in the city, get out and vote. And other than that, have a good day. Bye.
Appreciate it, partner.
That's a really great reminder. That election has had some twists and turns in its plot, so it's really, this is going to be your final opportunity to make what's a very important decision for our city. So definitely, if you live within the city limits, get out there and cast your vote.
I haven't been paying attention much. What do you mean by a little crazy with that?
Well, this is second or third time that we've voted on this election. Initially, there was a runoff. And then because nobody gathered enough proportion of the vote the first time around, and then that second time around it had been narrowed down to 2 people, and then one of the gentlemen who was in the race had some issues with his eligibility.
Okay.
He found that he wasn't eligible for the position, and so now there has to be yet another race.
And then with the COVID-19, didn't that drew some things out with it, right, as far as the time frame of it?
So there was some delay, some talk of, is it safe to go to the polls and stuff like that, but this is one where it's definitely an opportunity to stand behind the candidate that you believe in and to make sure they get there. It's been a bit of a process. This is something where, diligence and attention are important.
Yeah. And thanks for the caller there, too, to remind us of that. That's it. That's important.
Yeah, it is. And you mentioned Memorial Day is coming up.
That's right. A week from today.
I feel like a lot of people have been out of touch with that, but of course in my job I've been very in touch with it because we traditionally host a really large Memorial Day event at Highland Memorial Park, and of course we're unable to host an in-person event this year, so we're going digital.
That's right.
It's been an interesting logistical challenge, but it's been a lot of fun. We have a fantastic digital car show going on our Facebook page now, Hires Baxley's Facebook page.
How does that work? Somebody asked me about that the other day. Explain that a little bit.
So our friends at Ocala Street Cruisers really sent out an overwhelming, almost over 90 entries in this digital car show. Really cool vehicles, really neat pictures. And so if you go on our Facebook page, Hires Baxley's Facebook page, we've created an album with all of these vehicles. We've numbered them. You can scroll through the album. You can watch a little video slideshow. And there's a Google form that you can cast your vote 6 different categories. And make sure that your favorite vehicles, get their trophy, capture that win. It's really been a cool experience.
Yeah.
So that's going to be going on for another couple of days, and then we're going to tabulate those votes and be announcing the winners on our Facebook page. And in addition to that, on Memorial Day itself, we've put together a really beautiful video tribute to those who have served and what Memorial Day means to us. We've been lucky enough to have a lot of important dignitaries kind of join us with short video clips that express what Memorial Day means to them. Beautiful footage of the Marion County Fire Department's Honor Guard presenting the colors. It's very moving tribute.
Yeah, nice. And that's one of those things. That's such a great weekend that a lot of people look forward to, right?
Yeah,
like we said,
it was
being
always
summer.
so much fun.
And somebody asked me the other day, it's like, if I'm going to be doing radio that day or not, or if I'm going to be enjoying the day at the beach. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It's traditionally a day off for folks.
Right. As such. And we were mentioning, I think that was a little bit before the break, was it about the schools, Marion County Public Schools, with them coming through with graduation dates, trying to do something, if you will, at their football fields, and you have some dates on those graduations.
So all of these graduations are planning to start at 9 a.m., and they're going to be starting the week of June 12th and running till June 22nd. So June the 12th, it'll be MTI at Booster Stadium at 9 o'clock in the morning. June the 15th, it'll be Vanguard High School at Booster Stadium. June 16th, it'll be Forest High School at the Mike Kelly Stadium there on their campus. On June the 17th, it'll be Lake Weir High School right there at the Lake Weir Stadium. June the 18th, it'll be North Marion, the Stan Toole Memorial Stadium there on their campus. June the 19th, it'll be Westport High School at the Ken Vianello Stadium. And June the 20th, it'll be Bellevue at Brent Hall Field. And June the 22nd, it'll be Dunellen at the Richard Kennedy Stadium. And as you said, each graduate receives 2 tickets for guests, and there's going to be a bunch of social distancing guidelines in place at all times. And for participation requirements, there is a link available on the Marion County Schools website. So if you're interested in more information, talk to your graduate, talk to your graduate's family, or if you are a family who has a graduate, make sure that you check out that information. Hopefully everybody picked up their caps and gowns last week and are ready to rock. Now,
I did hear some of the guidelines that they'll be doing. Obviously, social distancing, which is why there's a limited number of tickets. It's a little interesting, too, because I know that they're not going to be doing the procession where everybody comes up, shakes a hand, grabs their diploma. It's going to be a little bit different, but nonetheless, it's something for them to understand, and it's going to be unique, and at least there's something there that they could look back on and say, yeah, I had my graduation, but it was a little bit different nonetheless. Now, with Marion County Public Schools, I think there's some other important calendar dates up and coming. As they mentioned, May 26th. It's the last day for seniors.
Yeah.
And June 1st is the last day for students. It says the school year extended to make up days missed due to COVID-19. The extension meets state requirements for 900 hours of instruction annually. So interesting there. But I think the other one here was June 3rd, the expectations of what was handed out of the Chromebooks and also textbooks. The returns begin on June 3rd as Chromebook and textbooks return. And then for more details on that, there'll be a plan forthcoming. And then June 8th. June 8th is the last day for teachers.
Yeah.
And then shoot,
Gonna
the
be
crazy
interesting.
school year they had. Just
Yeah.
take a break and recharge their batteries, and then get ready in the next coming weeks for what they have to prepare for what will be another interesting type of school year with the 2021 school year that will begin and all that. They said here that summer school for elementary students runs Monday through Thursday, June 15th to July 9th, and July 15th through July 23rd. For secondary students, students typically attend by invitation only based on the academic process. Summer enrichment for elementary students will also be offered and open to all K through 5 students. Extended school year, ESY, will be offered on a virtual basis to students with exceptional needs as such. And with that kind of segues into, again, with the parking lot Wi-Fi continues free of charge. For those who weren't sure about it, it is free of charge Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at these schools as listed: Bellevue Middle, Denell High, Forest High, Fort McCoy, Horizon Academy at Marion, Lake Weir Middle, North Marion High, North Marion Middle, Vanguard, and Westport. Users, remember, just simply drive into the parking lot and access learning materials that you need online. The service is provided through the partnership with the City of Ocala and its fiber network operation. Interesting.
It's a really good feature. You know, we've had to be very adaptable, so it's
So
been really
much so.
interesting to see
So much so.
how creative our schools have been willing to get. It's been really inspiring.
It's crazy, and you know, that's, I guess overall that's one of the craziest things about it. When we were talking to with the graduating class of 2020, what maybe that means for them now, not only having this year adapting to what had happened this year. It's not over for a lot of them. Like, let's say they're going to the universities for college and everything. Just the difference in what has to be adapted to, different colleges and universities now with all of this going on. They've got to have to accept that. It's not the normal that they would be getting to with, getting moved in and starting classes and everything. Even that's going to have some change and some guidelines to it overall, which is pretty crazy. But and nonetheless, hats off to the class of 2020 for kind of going through what they're going to go through.
They've done really amazing.
It's pretty crazy. And with that, what that means for their demeanor and mindset is they can continue their education through, like we said, college and universities, to then join the workforce, and then where they're at and where they grow from there is what they've dealt with as seniors this year. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's a difficult transition even under the best of circumstances.
Yeah.
So something like this, without that closure, without that ability to celebrate in the traditional ways, that can weigh on people. So, if you know a graduate, reach out, let them know how impressed everybody is with what they've managed to accomplish. This has been a real challenge, and they have been heroic in their willingness to roll with the punches and make it happen. So it's been really fantastic.
And to roll with it. As we were mentioning, was the election in lieu of tomorrow. It's the District 2 seat. It says Tuesday will mark the 4th election since September in the process to fill the city council seat. Little about filling the Ocala City Council District 2 seat has been simple. Tuesday will mark the 4th and presumably, fingers crossed, right?
Final, yeah.
The last election in this saga, which included obviously the disqualification of one of the winners, threats of legal action, and now the pall of global pandemic, as mentioning here with the let's see here. I was just going to mention that before we get to the top of the 10 o'clock hour here. As Tuesday's polls will open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for more information about your polling place or about the elections, you can visit votemarion.gov for more information on that. As despite discussions of holding the election as a mail-in only contest, state law does not allow for that possibility without special orders from the governor. Now, in April, Wilcox sent a letter to registered voters in the city, making them aware of the mail-in voting procedures. As we said, for Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and for more information about your polling place or about the election, you can visit votemarion.gov. As thanks to our listener out there, not only for listening, to my show, but also for giving good advice as a public service announcement to our other listeners. You know, the other people that are listening that can take advantage of, like you said, their duty as citizens for tomorrow.
Well, you know, it's been a blur for a lot of people, and so this is one of those things that, you know, it's easy to forget, easy to get mixed up about your dates, you know, and this is one of those times that this is an important thing, so everybody should step up and, you know, let their voice be heard.
That's right. Now, as we said, we're making our way towards the top of the now 10 o'clock hour. We still have On This Day in History, which I'd love for you to stick around a little bit. I was hoping there was going to be more in my interprep, but it was just the mention of a thrown raw chicken leg and a woman having a baby in the parking lot of a hospital.
Well, those are both fascinating.
Fascinating. And then not only that, like tying off the umbilical cord with the string of one of the face masks of COVID-19.
Wild.
Incredible. WOCA Ocala. We'll be back after this.
News. I'm Chris Foster. There's more international pressure on China over its handling of the coronavirus outbreak, and China's president is pledging $2 billion to help fight the pandemic.
More than half of the World Health Organization's 194 member states are understood to be backing a proposal from Australia and the European Union for an independent investigation into the coronavirus pandemic. Chinese President Xi Jinping, addressing the agency's annual assembly, says China will support an investigation, but only when the pandemic is brought under control.
Fox's Simon Owen. Ford, Fiat, Chrysler, and General Motors resumed North American production today.
Health and safety protocols include mandatory face masks, separation of workers on assembly lines, staggered shifts, and frequent cleaning of work areas.
Fox's Jeff Bonasso. A fast-spreading wildfire is threatening homes in Cave Creek, Arizona, north of Phoenix. As many as 150 homes are evacuated. America's listening to Fox News.
When you go to the mechanic in here...
Pass me the torque wrench. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
That sounds wrong. You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest you're earning on your savings with the largest banks. But with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, you could earn much more interest. And hear this. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at Marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made to the three largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Right now, the world feels different as we stay apart to make sure we can safely come back together. Till then, there is something you can do without even leaving your home. Respond to the 2020 census online, by phone, or by mail. The census impacts where hundreds of billions in federal funding will go for things like hospitals, schools, and roads. Now is the time to go to 2020census.gov. It's as easy as it is important. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Pete's new book.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution?